Hello everyone, real time here with Missibi. We're gonna be doing a very special episode today. We're gonna be doing a review with Constance for her
1 year.
1 year in Canada.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be
Though I'm
talking
basically like 14 months now, a little bit above 1 year.
just above 1 year. So okay, good. So we're gonna be doing a review of her 14 months. That's just above 1 year. So to see what Canada has been like for her. So we're just gonna go right straight into it. Constance, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. So first things first, how has Canada been treating you from day one?
Uh, there's a lot to say. There's just a lot to say because the idea when you leave Africa and you're coming to America,
Mm-hmm.
the idea is different. We have this, you're coming to live La Vida Loca.
La Villa Loca,
That's
yes.
the impression that is being sold out there. But actually, Canada is a very busy country. Like you are on the go. You have to be out, work, takes almost all your time. Weekends you are working, you hardly have time to catch up with friends, you hardly have time to sit and have family time. So it's really been hard. And then being away from family, friends back home, it's lonely, you know.
Anyways, okay, that's good. So far, so good. Kind of like
Oh,
that.
Canada's not been fair to me.
All right, okay. So the next thing that I really want to ask, because usually when I talk to people, I think that's one of the biggest concern, even when they have never been here. It's like, how's the winter?
It's new to me. When I came to Canada, it was the first time I experienced snow, the winter. That was my first. This should be my second winter,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
this one was not as bad as that of last year. It was exciting first to see snow, having to touch snow, play in snow, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it was hard because it's very cold. Back home in Cameroon,
It's warm, eh?
it's warm. It's temperate region, so it's kind of very warm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 2 worlds apart. You feel like you're in the fridge while in Canada,
Right.
but back home the sun. So the winter was exciting at the same time, very cold.
I think that on the same point or on the same note, that's how my first experience here. I actually came here in the middle of winter. Not actually in the middle. Sorry, I actually came here just before spring. But I think that year they did have a late winter that extended all the way into like April, like seriously into April. Because I
Yeah.
came in on the 22nd of April, 2014. So basically, this year, 22nd of this month is gonna make me 10 years here.
Mm.
Want to follow up with that? It's like, did you do any like special winter activities like
No,
skiing or this
mine,
kind of stuff?
no. I did nothing actually because I was actually scared to leave the house. Apart of the excitement of going to see the snow the first week,
Mm-hmm.
after that, I did not want to have anything to do with the snow
Okay.
because it's freezing. So I did not really go out much.
All right. Fair enough. I mean, most people don't do it, and so I always advise people like take your time, take it easy, take it slow. But on the next note, how was the summer? Because I believe right after the winter came the spring and then the summer. How was your summer?
I can say there was basically no summer in Canada.
Those what?
There was basically no summer
What do you mean there
because
was no summer?
it was as cold. There was rain, there was cold. You could not really different. You could not even like make the difference. Like, oh, this is summer. Like the excitement that people create. Like, oh, we are working out to summer body. Summer is this. But when the time comes, you're like, it's summer. You cannot even still go out without having to wear big jackets. It
I
was still
think
as
I think I
cold.
think for you was just a change. Your body still adapting to those two big changes of like the
Yeah,
winter and the
but
summer.
almost everybody was saying the same thing, and they were complaining like there was no summer this year. There was no summer this year.
Well, I don't know about those people you're talking about, but you should be able to tell the clear difference between the winter and the
There was not
summer.
much difference apart of the fact there was no snow, but the cold, the wind was still out there as hard. But even though the
Yeah,
snow
the wind
stopped,
is hard, but come on, like the temperatures are way different. You cannot compare the winter to the summer. Like as much as you want to say, like I still feel some type of cool. Maybe some days are windy and it's kind of feel chilly, but it's a totally different vibe. I can tell you that for sure. I don't know, but whatever. On to the next thing here. It's like I believe since you came to Canada, you've been working, right?
Yes. I started working like 5 months, 5 months now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. And how are you managing? Because I think one of the things that people complain a lot when they come to Canada is work-life balance. People are working on different schedules. Families and friends are working on different schedules. People are working the weekend. I know most of the time, if you're coming from back home, the experience of just working in the weekend is not there. And most of the time, families and friends, you gather in the weekend more so than you gather in the week. So how is that for you?
It's hard. Honestly, it's very hard because, and it's depressing sometimes when you come to think about it,
Hmm.
because there are times that I literally need to talk myself into going to work. I literally need to get up and like remind myself, okay, you have to do this, because the time you are going to work, maybe that's the time your partner is coming home. You get to not spend time with the people you want to spend time with,
Hmm.
because either like me, I mostly work in the weekends, but other persons work in the week. The weekend that maybe we have been gathering, going out, chilling. That's when I'm preparing to go to work. So
Right.
I feel like as much as I'm making a little money, but it steals my life away. It takes my life from me.
Okay. So following that note, what would you say would be the big difference between life back home and life in Canada? Like what do you see like for your 1 year, what is the differences that you're taught? Like what's the big difference? Like let's say somebody calls you back home, hey, you've been there for a year now. I want to know like what's like the big difference between there and
The
here?
big difference for me is the fact that I am away from family.
Mm-hmm.
Me, for one, I spent almost all my time with family, with my nieces, with my siblings. We always, every opportunity that we had to meet and spend time, we always do that. But for the fact that I moved to Canada, as I said, Canada is so busy that even if you were with family in Canada, you don't still get to spend time with them.
True enough.
It so
I couldn't agree with you more.
that in its own. Then another difference is loneliness. The fact that you work mostly weekends, or most weekends you are working, or a lot of people are working, you don't get to spend time with your friends, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
Even back home, the time difference too. Maybe the time when you're free in the evening, when you come back, you want to chill, call home, they're already sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
The time when they get up, you are still sleeping. So that time difference too, it's a
Yeah.
big difference for me.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. True enough. I think that the way that we live, the way that people live back home, is they're way more cordial, they're way more together.
Yeah.
There's easy access to them.
And then we mostly work in the week, and then weekend is always for chilling. Even if you don't have money, you just go visit somebody, get something to eat, just have somebody to talk to.
I know
But
that's
here,
a whole
you
different
literally
lifestyle
don't have
here.
anybody to talk to.
Yeah, that's a whole different
You
lifestyle
don't you
from
don't
here.
even know your neighbor. I don't
Hmm.
even know the next door. I don't think I've seen that. I think it's a guy. I don't think I've seen him more than 2 times. I've been in Canada
Hmm.
for 14 months. I don't think I've seen him more than 2 times.
Yeah, that's the thing here, right? No, that's the big thing here. People keep to themselves, and everybody's doing what they need to do in their own space. But all in all, it's good. So, with that said, are you missing home?
I miss my mother.
You miss your mother. I know. Mothers are
Well,
always a big part. Yeah.
I miss home a lot. I
Mm.
miss my nieces, my nephews. I miss my mother. I miss my friends, the few I had, because I'm not really good at. I don't have a huge number of friends.
Hmm.
So I miss my family basically.
Yeah.
Basically, like Christmas, I had to spend here. They were
So
there all
you,
together, partying. I was
so
by
are you
myself.
planning on going back home anytime soon?
Yes,
How soon?
soon as this year, if I could, if I
As
have
soon
any
as this
chance,
year.
I'm jumping on it. I'm not.
Hmm.
Yeah,
No, that's good. Now I mean, you're a resident, so one of the main thing that people face that they come to like abroad in general and are not usually able to go home as much as they want or as many times as they want is because of documentation. But once you're a resident, you can always go and you can come back and forth, and you don't have no issues.
yeah.
But I think that problem resolves to you. But I think that if you spend more time and as you grow here as well, that'll be more possible. You'll be able to move back and forth back home, as much as you want. Um, yeah. And the other thing I also like try to ask is, are you just planning to stay in Toronto? Are you planning to move out of Toronto? Like, in fact, have you been to other provinces?
I think I've been to Quebec.
Quebec,
Yeah, I've been to Quebec.
the home of the French.
I've been to London.
You've been to London. Well,
Yeah, London is still in Ontario, anyways.
London's still Ontario. So the
Ontario,
only other
so
place, so
yeah,
Quebec. Any other
yeah.
places?
No, for now, no.
So are you planning to go see other places or not?
Of course, of course. I would like to explore it, go to the north, go and how do they say it? You know this thing where I used to see on TV, they use these skateboards during snow. How do they call
Ice
it?
skating.
Ice skating, yeah.
You want
I
to do
want to
that?
try
That's
that.
actually a dangerous spot though, but again, it's gonna be in the winter. So are you ready for that?
We'll see, but it's an experience.
Isn't
Even
it?
if it's a one time,
Yeah.
I would like to do it. Yeah.
No, very important. I'm a big fan of people having experiences. So
Over time, when I finally be a family, I would like to move out of town and go to a more quiet place, like a more,
like a suburb.
yeah, I would like that.
All right.
And coupled to the fact that life is very expensive in Toronto, I would like to move out of, maybe go to a more quiet.
Yeah, quiet is good.
Yeah.
I like quiet. And one final question I would like to ask you is like, okay, you've been here for a year or just above a year. Take take to say someone called you and says, "Hey, I'm planning on coming to Canada. I want to know. Can you give me any advice? What are gonna be your advices that you'd give to people who are planning
Stay back home.
to come to Canada?
Stay back home. I am telling you, stay back home.
Stay back home.
The
Did you guys
frustration
hear?
is the
Stay
frustration
back
is
home.
massive.
Do not come to Canada.
Stay back home.
Right.
Well, money here in Canada, you literally make more money than home, but it depends on what you are doing because there are people home. If you're determined that there are things you can involve yourself in that you will do better. So at the end of the day, there's not the fact that the Canada still.
So what then would be your advice?
Hold on. Hold on, please. I'm coming to your question, please. Please. The fact that the Canada steals your life, the fact that it keeps you away from family, it keeps you depressed, it's not worth it.
Right.
So my advice is, depending on what your goals are, if you are somebody that likes social life a lot, you can't do without social life, stay back home. But if you are the kind of so work type, the workaholic kind of person,
Right.
okay, you can manage.
All right, so guys, you heard her. So if you're somebody who you have dreams and ambition and you want to follow them, Canada is a place for you to come. You can come here, work as hard as much as you want. You're probably gonna make it. I mean, I don't agree with it all. And he's saying, hey, if you are somebody that you're very family oriented, you like to hang around family, you like to be with family all the time and friends in a close group, more often so, then this is not a place for you. This is gonna take away from you. It's gonna steal that away from you. And so, guys, just be aware of this. I'm sure that we're gonna be bringing more information to you about this. But again, thank you. I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye.